At 7:30 p.m., the lights in the aquarium cut out. Every single one, except the tanks. We'd been locked inside for over an hour by then. No staff, no other visitors, just us and whatever was swimming in those tanks. Derek grabbed my arm. I turned around. There was someone standing in the hallway behind us, soaking wet, still dripping onto the floor, just standing there, facing the other direction. Breath. And then I saw what was wrong with his face. We'd gone to the aquarium on a whim, the kind of afternoon you don't think twice about, running late, caught in traffic, less than an hour before closing. We rushed through the jellyfish exhibit, past the manta ray touch tank, past the enormous shark enclosure with the black reef cutting lazy arcs through the water. Breath. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. And then we went to leave. The front doors were locked. The ticketing booth was dark. Every staff member, every single person was gone. The parking lot through the window was completely empty. Derek was calm. He always was. I was the one trying not to spiral. No reception. No way to call for help. Worst case, Derek said, the aquarium opens at 8 a.m. We waited out. I should have trusted how wrong that felt. An aquarium at night is not what you'd expect. During the day, the ambient music and the crowd noise fill the space. You barely notice the tanks. At night, every tank glows. The jellyfish pulse in the UV light, pale and translucent. The sharks patrol their enclosure with that slow, methodical sweep. The sea turtles drift under a wash of gold. It should have been beautiful. For about an hour, it almost was. We found unsecured dip-in dots in the cafe. We sat in the empty seating area, laughing at the absurdity of it. Derek made a sleeping with the fishes joke. I rolled my eyes. The sharks drifted by behind us, enormous and unhurried. Breath. And then his face dropped. He was staring at something over my shoulder, something in the tank. I turned just in time to see a dark shape vanish behind a fake coral structure at the back of the shark enclosure. A trail of bubbles rose from behind the coral. Someone in full scuba gear was back there, motionless. A breath. I knocked on the glass, called out, explained we were locked in. The bubbles kept rising. The diver didn't move. Here's what I kept coming back to. Why would a maintenance diver hide from us? We backed away from the tank. Derek pulled me into the corridor, one of those tunnel sections designed to feel like you're walking underwater, fish tanks on either side, everything lit in blues and greens. There has to be an emergency exit somewhere, I said. We moved deeper into the aquarium, past the jellyfish room, scanning the walls for a red exit sign. Then I heard it. A wet, heavy slap, like something soaked in solid hitting tile, coming from behind us. Derek shoved me into an alcove behind one of the fake rock formations. My back hit the curved observation window of the sea turtle tank. We pressed flat. I could feel my pulse in my throat. Derek leaned out to look. He yanked back immediately, eyes wide, finger to his lips. The diver was in the hallway, 10 feet away, facing the other direction. Still dripping, not moving. Just waiting. I don't know how long we stood pressed against that rock, long enough for the silence to become its own kind of noise. And then, tap, tap. Behind me, on the glass. I turned around. He was on the other side of the turtle tank window, not swimming, not doing maintenance. Hovering there, one hand raised, one slender finger tapping the glass. His body was wrong, twisted at angles that had no name. His feet ended in wide, flat shapes that weren't rubber. Pale. Grown. The scuba mask wasn't strapped to his face. It was part of it. The edges had merged with the skin at his temples and jaw. Waterlogged flesh had grown up and around the glass lens and sealed it into place. And through that foggy, yellowed glass, enormous eyes stared directly at me. Breath. He knew exactly where we were. He had known the whole time. Derek yanked me away. We ran. Past the jellyfish, past the shark tank, back through the exhibits, the slap of wet feet on tile rising behind us, getting louder, getting faster. Breath. We hit the entrance. Derek grabbed a chair and threw it through the glass door without slowing. It shattered. We were almost out. Something hit me from behind. I went down hard, and then I was sliding, backward, toward the tanks. The smell was overwhelming, deep water and rot, something ancient and cold that had never known sunlight. I kicked, I screamed. Derek grabbed my arms and pulled. And then I was free. We ran to the car. We didn't look back. We went to the police that same night and told them everything. They found the aquarium exactly as we'd left it. Broken door, ice cream on the cafe table, a few puddles of water near the shark tank. Breath. No diver, no evidence of anyone else. The official response was what you'd expect. Scared kids. Overactive imaginations. The guy who feeds the sharks after closing. Nothing to see. I've tried to believe that. I really have. But I can't explain the scratches on my ankles. 4 parallel lines, still scabbing over 3 days later. The kind of marks that come from something gripping hard and not wanting to let go. Breath. And I can't explain what I noticed in the shower that same week. The skin between my toes. Thin, almost translucent, stretching slightly when I spread my foot. It wasn't there before. I don't know what was living in that aquarium. I don't know if it had been there for years, or if it arrived the same day we did. I don't know whether the staff knew about it, or whether that's exactly why they cleared out so fast and didn't bother checking if anyone was still inside. But I think about those enormous eyes pressed against the foggy glass. And I think about how patient it was, how it watched us eat our ice cream and make our jokes, how it waited in the dark until it was ready. If you're ever at an aquarium after hours, if you ever press your face to the glass to get a better look at something moving in the back of the tank, just remember, something might press its face back. If tonight's story got under your skin, you're not alone. There's something uniquely wrong about darkness in places that are supposed to be bright and safe. If you want to keep that feeling going, Audible's free trial is worth it. They've got an entire horror section, and audiobooks narrated in the dark hit differently. Some of those titles will make tonight's video feel like a bedtime story. 30 days free at audible.com at free trial. Breath. Subscribe here if you want a new nightmare delivered every week. And save this one, because the next time you're standing at an aquarium tank, you're going to remember it. Breath. One last thing. What do you think that thing actually was? Something that had been in captivity so long it started to change, or something that was never human at all? Drop your theory in the comments. I want to know what you think was really living in that tank.